Check out my new pills, man. Check out these new pills, dude.
Everybody knows and loves drugs, dancing between enslavement and salvation, offering not only euphoria and transcendence, but also self-destruction and despair. The advancement of these special guys has helped revolutionize society as we know it. It could help young students focus. It could help the single mother with overwhelming anxiety finally take control of her life. And it could also help the crackhead on 8th Street feel like fucking Superman.
Ow! I tried to land.
The boundaries just seem so endless on how they can enrich your living experience. But of course, everyone knows this is not the complete truth. You see, last year I was in school tweaking off a Tim Hortons iced cappuccino, trying my best not to shit my pants, when I came across an intriguing yet disturbing study. An estimated 40 million Americans aged 18 to 65 are on psychiatric drugs prescribed to them by their doctor. And no, this does not even include little Jimothy taking Adderall for his grade 3 math class because he can't even focus for 10 minutes. And look, I understand that some are vital, like antipsychotic medication to make the goblin whispering murderous thoughts in the corner of your room disappear. Furthermore, I also understand that pathologies can be so overwhelming, so destructive and so dangerous that sometimes medical intervention is the only option at that time. Psychiatrists even struggle getting some patients on medication because of the stigmatization behind them. Even noting that, two questions still remain in my mind at least. What are the underlying consequences of such heavy and prominent psychiatric drug use? Also, why is it that mental illness is so prevalent in our society in the first place? Well, let's answer this question first. Is it because of 5G cell towers and tap water? Or is it because Bethany is hitting her vape fresh off a masturbation session, scrolling on Instagram with $100,000 of student debt for a major she doesn't even know she wants? Like shit, talking about I'm anxious, like damn, of course you are. But you are so privileged. How can you be depressed, huh? How? Yes, the Western economy is something that the rest of the world dreams of encapsulating. I know a few Nigerian princes myself that would love to grasp some white girl booty cheeks they got bouncing around on White Avenue too. But just because the overall quality of life and access to utilities is vast over here, doesn't mean it's gonna make people happy. That's just not how our biology works, unfortunately. So why don't we take a journey through exactly what I am talking about in order for you to get a better understanding. Number one, the average North American is so fixated on providing for themselves, as well as sustaining enough income to spoil their e-girl waifu with some Discord Nitro or something, I don't know. But with rising interest rates and a booty load of inflation, how do you expect these people to keep up without raising their little McDonald's paychecks? You just can't.
Can I please get a waffle?
Number two, most people just work from inside on their little computer hunched over like this, getting no sunlight and no bitches all fucking day. I'm scared to look at women. But little do they know that this lack of sunlight and affection from other people is suppressing hormones and endorphins to be released in their brain that would make them feel happy in the first place. Number three, even when these said individuals are off work and at home, they're usually spending their time watching sensual Overwatch videos and hood ironic memes just to fucking feel something. People don't even realize that there's a pleasure-pain balance co-located within our brains. If you're indulging in media that makes you all happy and horny like Fortnite booty jiggling compilations, your brain will automatically downregulate your dopamine production to achieve homeostasis. Now you're going to have to watch TikTok anime edits just to feel a state of normalcy, rather than questioning your fucking existence on this planet. And number four, the God Almighty North American diet. With the highest obesity rate in the entire world, no one can question the magic of indulging in a few junior chickens after a long day of work. I mean, Aunt Beth rolling in her mechanical wheelchair sure cannot.
803.
Damn. But look, I joke about it, but honestly, it does make me really sad. Eating is also often used as a coping mechanism, just another way to stimulate that pain-ridden mind of yours. But look, an improper diet can heavily affect someone's mental state, especially if you're not getting the nutrients you need for brain function and mood regulation. These factors, among several other more severe ones like suffering a loss or traumatic experience, are leading us to a higher rate of neurosis and pathologies than we've ever seen before in the history of mankind. Maybe. I don't know, I'm not a fucking historian. And that's when you get trapped. It all gets so much that you just need it to stop for a moment. And that's where prescriptions come in. First, you might start on the Prozac because you've been feeling depressed lately and it's just a chemical imbalance anyway, so what's the harm in taking a pill to balance it? But then you start to feel sexual dysfunction. So then you get prescribed Viagra to get that thing going, you know, you gotta beat them cheeks one way or another, baby. But then those 2 pills start to give you sleep difficulty. Then you get prescribed Ambien. And the Ambien makes you groggy in the morning, so now you get Adderall. Time passes and you feel as if you're a shell of who you are, feeling cognitively impaired and depressed again because you've built a tolerance to the Prozac. So then, finally it's time to get off the pills. But you just can't. Your body is so reliant on these artificial stimulants that if you try to stop taking them, your body simply will not function how it used to. It'll just leave you popping them back to back like Future because you don't want to go through that withdrawal stage. Who the fuck does? And yet we still tell little Jimmy to take your fucking Adderall, even though it fucks with his appetite, mood, and personality development.
Oh my god, my son can't focus, he has ADHD, oh my god!
Yeah, maybe it's because you gave him a fucking iPad at the age of 3 years old. He's been overstimulating that shit with Cocoa Melon before he could know how to talk. Like, damn. And look, I know it seems like I'm talking shit, and I kinda am. I'm not a psychologist, geologist, histologist, marine biologist, but I do have an idea. I did a little bit of research, man. You see, evidence points to some of these medicines being responsible for interfering with your metabolic system, mood, and anxiety. And it may even put you at risk for movement disorders such as Parkinson's or akathisia. I think that's how you say it. These medicines can potentially disrupt the fat metabolism in your body, therefore increasing triglyceride levels, which then thickens and hardens your artery walls, which would mean no more Big Mac for underpants. No, you naughty. Although the effects vary depending on the type of medication you're taking, pills such as central nervous and although the effects vary on the type of medication you're taking, pills such as central nervous stimulants like, let's say, Adderall, can make you more anxious and irritable due to hormonal changes and neurotransmitter imbalances. So, what? You're expecting me to give you some sort of advice? I already told you I'm not a psychologist. I'm not even gonna give you any references I use for this video, to be honest. What I can say is from my not so extensive research is that these pills can be a valuable resource for a lot of people looking to suppress their pathologies such as anxiety and depression. However, it's also important to note that these perkies can bring along side effects, misuse, dependency, withdrawals, and a lot more that you gotta consult with your medical professional about. I'm not no doctor, even though my parents probably wish I was, man. And the opinion that I've gained from my trash-ass, bootleg-ass research is that a lot of these 40 million Americans, they really shouldn't even be on these drugs. Especially the undocumented minors that are given pills. I don't know. However, it's still a good idea to completely understand your situation and create a long-term plan for your neuroses and pathologies by consulting a medical professional. If you can even afford it, like damn, that shit is expensive. Good luck.